What's up? I'm back at it. It's your boy, Danielle Walters. And if you don't know, I've played golf my whole life. Grew up playing in the North Texas PGA junior events, the AJGA junior events. Went to Texas Southern on a golf scholarship my freshman year. Didn't play, I had the red shirt, but then I ended up transferring to UNLV for the professional golf management program where they teach you how to be like a club pro and run the golf business and the inside outside, right? So my dad played for PV, won SWAC, I think, a couple times. My brother played for PV, was the assistant golf coach when he graduated a couple years ago uh, at PV. So, and then, just in my blood. We played on the Tiger Woods national team in 1999. Went out to Junior World, Torrey Pines, San Diego. Didn't make the cut. I think I shot 79 and maybe like 83 or something like that. Of course, the Torrey Pines was way too long. I remember it was one par four like this. The wind was in your face, howling. I partied, but I bust my driver. I bust my 3 wood. I still had a full sandwich in. Hits like a foot. Tapped it in for par, but whew, I still remember that to this day. But let's check out the crazy spinning habits of PGA Tour pros. I personally don't believe it. Let's get into it. This comes from Ben Griffin. Um, oh shit, at the stage. Okay, pro, right? Ben Griffin opens up on spending 50,000 weekly per week during the PGA Tour season. Now we're going to break this down. Like I said, I don't believe some of this stuff. I'm going to check out, like, okay, what tournaments he played this year, right? If he made money this week or lost money, because on the tour, there's like 140, 145 people at an event. Half missed the cut. You get to the event on Monday or Tuesday. You play a couple practice around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pro round might be a Wednesday, something like that. And then the tournament's Thursday, Friday. Then they have a cut. If you make the cut, you get paid. If you don't make the cut, you don't get paid. Saturday, Sunday. Now, if you make the cut, I think you're going to walk away with at least 10,000. If you win the tournament, you can walk away with like 1.5 million, on up to like 3 million. If it's a big event, $5 million, something like that, right? But you're going to walk away with probably about one and a half, $2 million, one and a half, $2.5 million, somewhere around there. Okay. Now, um, if you playing well, great. But $50,000 a week is insane. So, like I said, I'm gonna break down what tournaments he played, if he had to fly to the next event, if he could drive to the next event. I'm gonna add maybe like a wife, maybe one kid with you, something like that. More likely, you probably have a wife ride with you, but if you have a kid, she might have to stay at home, stuff like that. Even if you had to add in a Kumar, let's see what happened. So, pause this right quick. I am live. I cannot pause. But give me 1 second. I am boiling some eggs, so I'm gonna have to go put that in the what's the name? So yes, we're gonna break this down and why I believe this is bullshit. Now you can spend 50,000, but you don't have to. This shit is insane. Like you doing when black people say you doing the most, you doing the most, the absolute most. So with that said, give me about 30 seconds. And we are back from our commercial partners. Okay, so let's read this right quick. Originally posted on the Daily Club Golf by Afshik Shakar. Probably mispronounced the shit out of that. My bad, boy. My bad. Okay. Between coaches, caddies, trainers, and psychotherapists, a PGA Tour Pro team is stacked. Recently, America's Ben Griffin revealed the estimated cost a player on the PGA Tour bears. I'm gonna go through it because I was gonna stop and say something, but go through it, then we'll break it down. In an interview with Jamie Kennedy, the director of digital content of Golf Digest, Griffin was asked about the average amount the PGA Tour Pro has to spend during tournament week. Currently ranked number 17th in the world, which is no small feat. You're getting paid. You're 17th in the world. Griffin pointed out the cost may vary depending on the player. He listed a series of expenses, including travel costs, coaching staff, hotel charges, and more, which are paid by the players. So my average spend is probably very high because I just had a really good season and I pay my caddy, my coach, my trainer based on my performance as well as base salaries. He stated, you could argue my average spend per week this year was probably $50,000. Yeah, let's just hear what you got to say.
This question comes from Andrew on YouTube. How much does a tournament week cost a PGA Tour Pro? I would say this question kind of ranges very far across all PGA Tour players. There's definitely going to be some base fees that you're going to have to pay when you get to a tournament. So obviously travel costs, all hotel costs are on the players, or Airbnbs, rental homes, those costs. Everyone has a caddy. The caddy needs a base and also a percentage based on performance. So that can range significantly per tournament, especially depending on how you play. Additionally, coaches will come to events, trainers, physios. All of these costs come out of the pocket of the PGA Tour player. So my average spend is probably very high because I just had a really good season and I pay my caddy, my coach, my trainer based on my performance, as well as base salaries. You could argue my average spend per week this year was probably $50,000.
Okay. So I thought I was going to maybe go with the rest of it, but let's see. In 2025, Griffin featured in 30 events. According to his estimates, the American pro golfer spent around $1.5 million on his team. That would be about 13% of his total on-course earnings. Oh, he made $10 million last year? Okay. Everyone has a caddy. The caddy needs a base pro. Okay, we'll skip down there because he just read that. Similarly, PGA Pro Michael Kim broke down a list of expenses that the top 50 player on that PGA Tour usually incurs. In a Twitter post, he had stated that his caddy got an average of 8% of his tournament earnings, which was added to a base salary, which was then at 8%. Well, no, in the past it was about 10%. Well, maybe a good caddy might get 12%, but normally in the past it was like 10% of whatever player makes. Okay. That came around an estimated income of $450,000 per year. Caddies differ for each player, 8% of earnings plus 2,000 base times 25 tournaments, 450,000. Which is, I mean, unless you're Tiger Woods, that's fucking amazing because you get $2,000 per tournament. Then you get 8% of the earnings. Yeah. On top of that, we can talk about, let me write that down before I forget, Matt Kuchar. On top of that, a player also makes arrangements for their coach, trainers, and psychosis, or whatever, psychology. Every tournament comes with a base fee as well. Griffin has become a notable name on the PGA Tour and has amassed significant earnings throughout his career. How much has Griffin won on the tour? Ben Griffin has 3 wins on the PGA Tour, all of which came last year. His official career earnings stand at $21 $11,899 as per the official PGA Tour website. The 30-year-old secured his first win on the tour at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans alongside fellow American Andrew Novak. He earned 1.3 million for the win. Now, New Orleans is that it was an English term, but it is a team tournament. So basically, it's just you and somebody else. Y'all play, and then that's how you finish. It's like one of the only two team tournaments out there. The American then finished runner-up at the Memorial Tournament last year and secured a staggering 2.2 million. Griffin's other two wins at the Charles Schwab Challenge and Worldwide Technology Championship earned him 1.7 and 1 million, respectively. As far as 2026, Griffin has yet to win a tournament and certainly look forward to adding to his accolades and career earnings. So let's break this down tournament by tournament. Also, I'm gonna go through some of this stuff, break it down. Reading it, I can see I can push this out a little farther and go step by step on some of these things. Okay, so does it cost $50,000 to play on the PGA Tour per week? And the short answer for me is going to be no, absolutely not. But that is a play on words too. And we're going to take another quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. Thank you from a word from our sponsors. You got to speak to existence. Okay, so let's break this down. First of all, I knew a guy, so Kevin Hall. Played with him on the Tiger Woods national team in '99. Older guy now, but some time ago, say 10, 15 years, something like that, he was at Q School. He made it to the final stage of Q School. So when Q School comes around, that's how you get on the PGA Tour for a lot of guys. It's not like the NFL or NBA where you play college, you get drafted because somebody likes you. In golf, nobody has to like you. If you're good enough, you can find a way to the tour. So they have Q School. So all you have to do is pay your fee. It's about $1,500. You go to stage one, which could be in Dallas. Then you finish like top 5, top 10, maybe top 20. You go to stage two, which can be in, let's say, Alabama, maybe Orlando, something like that. You finish top 20 there because they have different stages. So they have like stage one might be like 5 or 6 locations. Stage two might be 3 locations. Then they bring everybody. They bring the top, 100 people, whatever. You go to the Q School. I think it's like 7 rounds. This is back then, 7 rounds, right? If you finish in the top 25 at Q School, you get a PGA Tour card. So it's about 15,000, maybe 33,000, and it takes care of everything, right? Just all the tournament rounds. And the final stage of Q School is like in Miami, right? Top 25, you get your card. But Kevin Hall, he was on the Tiger Woods national golf team, played at Ohio State. He had a deal with Nike. Now, maybe Nike was helping him out because, he was black and deaf and stuff like that. But if he qualified, he finished top 25 at Q School, they will give him $1 million a year as endorsements to help with his PGA Tour traveling, get to tournaments. And that's what a lot of these guys have. Travel, tournament sponsors to help them get to different tournaments like NASCAR. So when you look up here, right here, you see Prometric, they're paying them. So they might be paying them 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 a week every time he plays with it, right? That's helping them get a lot of these fees. Lord Abbott, paying them. Worldwide Technology, paying them. Just like NASCAR. Here's somebody else over here paying them. Somebody on this right here on this shirt. So this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody over here is 7, 8, like 8 different sponsors. Even if it's 5,000 a week, that's taking care of a lot. So don't think this guy's paying $1.5 million out of the money he won to travel. Now that's just because they're doing you can get around a lot of this stuff, right? So we're gonna go look up Ben Griffin. Now, yes, he made money last year. I already said he won 3 times last year. So let's go www.ESPN because you can get around a lot of this. No, I'm looking for Ben Griffin. I'll just type in his name. A lot of this stuff right here. Ben, and then we share this tab instead. Ben Griffin, golf. Okay. 30 years old, birthplace Chapel Hill.
Ben Griffin, you're looking for your rookies to have a moment from 56 feet.
North Carolina, okay. Results.
Ben Griffin, you're looking for your rookies to have a moment.
Let's go. Yeah, okay, last year. Okay, 2025. So the first tournament is in Sony Open, Hawaii. So let's say he lives in North Carolina. Okay. And I know it was last year. Oh, I wonder if What's Next can do that. It don't matter. And he played great fucking rounds. 65, 70, 70, 68, -7, so par 70. Made 24,000 for the tournament, which means he lost 25,000 that week. I mean, it's Hawaii, but really. So let's just see from right here. So let's say he leaves North Carolina, and he has to travel. And then the PGA Tour, they're going to have hotels for you too. So the hotels might be like, yo, y'all pay, but we got the room rate of $200 a night, $250 a night for players. $250 a night, 7 nights, 6 nights, 7 days. Hey Siri, what's 250 times 6? $1,500. You ain't even put a dent in the 50,000, right? And then plane ticket. Let's say plane ticket for 3 people. And it's a lot. It's a way more expensive right now. So we'll just do today's prices. Flights from Charlotte, North Carolina to Honolulu, Hawaii. Yeah. Just do a whole week. Yeah. Whole week. Yeah. Done. For 3 adults, whether it's you, your wife, and your caddy, or you, your caddy, and somebody else, you, your caddy, your coach, just let's just say 3 people. Okay. Charlotte to Oahu. Okay. So you can get it for about $1,000 a person. So hotels for 2, so that's 3. We're about $5,000 right now. $5,000. Now, the guys who are struggling to try to make it, they're bunking up and paying together. But we're at $5,000 right now. So that's one sponsor took care of all that. You left the patch. He took care of that. Still no money out of your pocket. He took care of that. Okay. Car rental, setting up $1,000 for a week. You're at $6,000. Now let's go back to see what else he said they got to spend out. Okay. Caddy, 2,000. So that's 6. That's 7. 6,000. Say 8,000. Right? Yeah, 8,000. Okay. So, but like I told you, these sponsors are taking care of that. So even though you're at 8,000, these sponsors are helping you, because right now, sometimes they want to help you. I don't know too many people be like, yo, what's Prometric? But they like to say their names on the shirt, and somebody might look it up. Hey, what's Prometric? But these sponsors are taking care of that. So no money out of his pocket. He won 23,000. He's walking home with 23,000, if not more. Probably more. Okay, then what else would you need? 2,000 arrangement, caddy. Food. They probably got a lot of food at the tournament. But if you want to go eat out, it said you're not spending over 10,000, maybe 15 at the most if you just want to ball out. But like I said, even this might be 10,000 a week, but let's just say it's about 5, 10, 15. That takes care of the week. Okay, we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, he'll top whatever. So he might make between 30 and 50,000 just for showing up, plus another 23,000 tournament earnings. So he made 75,000 that week easily. So don't get it twisted. This guy made 75,000, and then he finished seventh the next week. So you don't really need um, all the other stuff because right here, Hawaii, then you fly to the Pete Dye course, which should be stadium course. So that's California. Now, California to California, these turn here you can drive. You can drive right here. 19th, you can just drive. Drive, Torrey Pounds. You probably would have to fly out to Pebble Beach, but this is the whole West Coast swing. It didn't fly down here. So you're making money hand over fist. 50,000. That's because you want to spend that much. Because you're getting so much. Or they might say, hey, we don't really want you pocketing this. We want you spending this money on these trips up there. I'm gonna get my cat this, I'm gonna get my cat that, my coach this. Because the coaches, when they go down there, they might be coaching 3 or 4 people at a tournament on the driving range. So you're not the only person who's paying coaches. And sometimes these coaches or flying coaches out because these coaches might be making like $200, $300. Dude might get like $500. They're not making crazy money. Like you're trying to make it. And he's playing so much last year that he it must have been his first breakout year because normally when they be winning like that, they don't travel that often. He's playing every week. Look here. 12, 16, 22, 30, 6, 13, 20, 13, 20, 7, 3. God dang. This is the first week he took off. So from January to April, the first week he took off. Now, but it's something. It's something. Maybe the Masters in between this. Yeah, he played every tournament. 62, 66, 61, 71, Zurich, New Orleans. Okay. Oh, he won Colonial. That's what's up. You get a car if you win Colonial. So let's see what kind of car you got at the Charles Schwab Challenge. Charles Schwab Challenge. How the fuck you spell Schwab? SCHY. SCHY. Challenge 2025 winners car. Okay, hold up. Winner for Colonial gets car. Prize car. Okay. And it's a year too early. But let's share this tab instead. So the 2024 winner got that car. 1973 Dodge. 1946 Schwab Power Wagon. That's a sweet looking car. Pontiac Firebird. And then they deck out the inside too. Schwab Bronco. So let's see. Okay, back. $20.25. Oh, good. This shit. Ben Griffin. Car. Alone. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, sure. This tab instead. So you get the code in this car. That Stingray was nice. Let's see if they show one year they showed the team fixing it. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay. Share this tab instead.
You're looking at the grand prize for the Charles Schwab Challenge of 2026. And guess what? We built it. You're looking at the grand prize for the Charles Schwab Challenge of 2026. And guess what? We built it. When someone like Charles Schwab reaches out to you and wants you to build the grand prize one-off vehicle for the Charles Schwab Challenge, you're not just building a Jeep. You're contributing to a 6-year legacy of top-of-the-line builds, and we're honored to be one of them.
That's a nice car.
When Charles Schwab first called us, they led with, "We have a request for an unusual build." Already, you've piqued our interest. Then they go on to tell us that it's the grand prize for a long-running tournament, and they've now been doing these builds for about 6 years. And they go on to tell us that it included builders like Legacy Classic Trucks, Steve Stropes, and Classic Ford Bronco. And there was no way we weren't going to be a part of that list. So why a 1982 Scrambler? And this is the part that I really love, that when they commission these builds, they put thought into the history of Schwab. So 1982 was a big year for Schwab.
This is a nice car. And I don't know how we got, because Ben Griffin won it, but yeah, let's keep going.
Because they were the first to introduce 24/7 order entry and quote service to individuals. It's a big year for them. Also, in the Jeeps, 1981 to 1986 was the year of the Scrambler. Not a very long run at all, and less than 28,000 of these were made. The Scrambler was the perfect combination of your off-road prowess with the practicality of more cargo space. It's the perfect vehicle for those that have that outdoors nature pull embedded in them. Even though the Scrambler was not a huge hit when it first came out, it later became an icon. With so many configurations, you have your safari top, you have your full hard top, you have your half hard top that turned it from a tiny pickup truck with lots of cargo space when you pulled that off to an open air cruiser. And what makes this Vigilante build so spectacular? Well, it's a full off-frame restoration. No part is overlooked or untouched. Modern suspension and a modern drivetrain are super important so that the reliability matches the beauty of the outside. And it's hand-built right here in Texas. Building a grand prize vehicle is something that we took very seriously. It came with the responsibility of a vehicle that would represent Schwab, a vehicle that would represent Vigilante, and a vehicle that felt earned to the winner who just worked hard to succeed in this tournament. And we wanted to make sure that we captured all of that in this vehicle. The first thing you'll notice about this beauty is the blue color and the pops of red plaid. Every detail on here is very intentional. The blue is a Schwab blue that you'll see consistently spans throughout all their vehicles throughout the 6 years.
That Corvette.
And the red is a nod to the Scottish Royal Tartan that you see the champions wear throughout the tournament. Every detail is intentional. Even where it says Schwab, the Jeep font was used to recreate seamless integration of Schwab into the vehicle. The Scrambler build is a huge milestone for Vigilante. Although we had started the process of planning to build a Scrambler, Schwab really helped us escalate that process. And though this is build 001, there are a lot more in production. So be sure to follow along to see these vehicles come to life. Be sure to tune in at the end of May to see the next chapter of this Scrambler when it's given away for the grand prize at the Charles Schwab Challenge 2026. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more, stay tuned for Daniel's deep dive, where he really gets into the technical bones of this build. And for more information on our...
No, they made one. It was sick. That Corvette. Yeah, they decked out the inside. Let's see. Then we'll get off this.
My name is Jed Stewart. I build resto mods at County Corvette. Originally, we specialize in NCRS restorations, top flight, gold level restorations, totally original factory correct cars. We're branching into doing quite a bit more resto mods now, which is a modernized version, with all the modern technology in a classic style. 1975 was a very important year in Charles Schwab's history. So Charles Schwab reached out to us to build a 75 Corvette. We set out to build the best 1975 Corvette that's out there. Our body shop's a phenomenal team. They worked hard to totally restore the body. From top to bottom, this is a brand new car. They stripped it down to glass, repaired all the issues with the original glass. We added a new bumper from a later model Corvette in the front. We added a new rear bumper from an 80s Corvette and an integrated spoiler. We also added a customized LT1 hood, where we did a little custom work on the cowl vent and everything. We put a custom street shop chassis underneath of it, four-wheel disc brakes, Willwood brakes on it, top of the line, that'll stop on a dime. The engine is a GM LS3. It's got custom air intake, headers, stainless exhaust, got a custom tune in the engine and transmission. This is putting about 450 horsepower. Transmission is a 6L90 6-speed automatic. We have a low-car sport shifter on it with the modern tap shifter, so it can operate as a bit of a manual automatic like a lot of the more modern cars. It's got an Alpine's double-din touchscreen stereo. It's got a backup camera, custom speakers, Dakota digital gauges in it. Everything a modern car comes with, we've integrated into the older car. Schwab did ask us to do a couple unique design features, one of which being some tartan plaid in the interior of the car, which is what they use on the winner's jacket for the tournament. We work exclusively with Elite Custom Interiors out of Chester County. They do any kind of upholstery you can imagine. They're phenomenal to work with. Our interior shop was able to integrate that into the seats and the center console. Schwab requested that we come up with a correct shade of blue for the car. We had our painter mix up a couple custom shades of blue. It's a bit of a steel powder blue. Blue in the clad looks great. You know, the saddle leather looks great. And another thing they asked us to do was to do a custom rear badge with the Schwab letters to replace the Corvette emblem. It's a nice touch to add to it. I'm extremely happy with the car. I'm very proud of our team. It's very exciting that it'll be in such a public showcase, Colonial Country Club, for the world to see. You know, I'm excited to show off our work. My message to the winner would be, you know, I hope you enjoy the car. I hope you get the chance to take it out and drive it and really, you know, put it through its paces. Because that's what we build them for. We build them for fun and to be used.
That's a sweet car with the modern amenities too. How do you beat that? That's a sweet car, modern amenities. China's doing a lot of that stuff, so I'm gonna write down classic cars, new tech. That's sweet right there. But hey, that's been enough time. Thank you guys. But like I said, it doesn't really cost 50,000. You might, if you want to ball out 10,000, but a lot of these events, if you come right here, if you're just trying to make it on tour, let's share this tab. You're just trying to make it on tour. Let's say you get out to Torrey Pines, right? Between Sunday and Tuesday, you can drive up to Pebble Beach. You can drive to Scottsdale. You can drive back to Torrey Pines. Well, you might want to catch a flight there. Yeah, what you want to do on this one is drive down to Torrey Pines, San Diego, Monterey Beach to San Diego, fly out to Arizona, then fly back to Torrey Pines and stuff like that. Then you got Mexico. You probably want to fly out there, depending on where it's at. Then you're right back in California. So you can drive a lot of this stuff. Now here's where it gets tricky. Because right here, you got to go to Florida, California to Florida. So if you ride with your partners and y'all trying to figure out how to make it, shit, somebody you missed the cut. Go ahead, take the car, drive down to Florida or some shit. I don't know. But then you got your Florida swing. You got Florida. Not everybody gets to play this tournament. But then another one, Florida. Then you got your Houston swing. Houston and San Antonio. A 3-hour drive. You ain't got to do nothing. Then you got Louisiana. You drive all this. Houston, San Antonio, New Orleans, Dallas. You drive all that. Then you can take 2 weeks off. You're right back in that, still back in Dallas. So a lot of these tournaments you can drive. They ain't got you all over the country where you got to be here and drive. You can drive a lot of these things. But do it cost $50,000 a week to play on the PGA Tour? Absolutely not, because a lot of these people wouldn't make it. Look here. You didn't make no money. You made money, but you only made what? 5 weeks. You didn't make money. You made 10,000. You made money. You made 10,000. You doubled your money. You didn't make money. You broke even. You made money. Make that. And he went on a hot. Oh, he won his tournament. He started feeling good. He won his tournament. He ain't looked back. Okay, he got confidence. Won. Second. And ain't looked back. Okay. Well, shout out to Ben Griffin. It's been good doing a deep dive into you. That's the live for right now. Guys, take care.